Hi Beauts, welcome back to Pretty Scary, and hello to those of you who are new here. I'm Charlotte and this is the channel where I show you how to do easy to follow, budget friendly tutorials to turn yourself into anyone or anything you want. Now today I am giving you 5 top tips on how to cheaply put together a Halloween costume. Halloween is just around the corner and a lot of us want to dress up, but not all of us have loads of money to throw at Halloween costumes. Now I love wearing costumes, I love fancy dress, and in the past I've looked online and seen the most amazing costumes for like 40-50 quid, and then you've got all the accessories, and yeah, they look great, but I can't afford them, and I'm sure a lot of you can't either. So I, over the years, and since I've been doing this channel, have found many ways to put together a costume mega cheaply, and I wanted to share my tips with you. Tip number 1, shop at mega cheap shops. For example, Primark. I've sourced many a costume in Primark by doing things like going to the men's section, buying a big oversized vest, and then dip dyeing it and distressing it to make it into like a dirty zombie dress. The one second from left would be perfect. Or I've bought things from the men's department again and turned them into like an 80s costume, or just bought a really cheap vest. For example, you can get vest tops for like £1.50. Then you can tear them, paint them, customise them. There are so many things in Primark, loads of cheap accessories as well. They've normally got cheap on-trend accessories, like for example when the flower headbands were all in fashion, there were loads of those in Primark. Or there's loads of really cheap jewellery that you can buy and kind of break apart and stick to things, glue to things, customise things. Here are some examples right here. And you'll need to use your imagination a little bit, I'm not going to lie, but I'm sure you can do that, Beauts, and there's so many things that you can do with just buying a load of cheap stuff from Primark. Look at this, perfect for Wednesday Addams. Oh, and another cheap one, just a little bonus tip, the pound shop. Especially around Halloween, they always have loads of cheap and cheerful accessories in there. Now a lot of them do look really cheap, but again, you can customise them and make them look a little bit better. For example, if you buy a really cheap red plastic pair of devil's horns, you can repaint them, texturise them with a little bit of glue and sand, for example, and make them look really cool. So again, you'll need to use your imagination a little bit, do a little bit of customisation, but you can get some really cool, cheap stuff from both the pound shop and from Primark. Tip number 2, eBay. Now I know this is hardly a best kept secret, everybody knows about eBay, let's face it, but you can get so many cheap things on eBay. A lot of the stuff I source for my tutorials, like accessories wise, costume pieces, etc., I find on eBay. Now the one big top tip I will give you with eBay is order in advance, and the reason I'm saying that is because the cheapest items tend to come from China, Hong Kong, those kind of far-flung places. Like this Wonder Woman costume for £9.39. When you do your search on eBay, on the eBay search page, the top sort of cheapest, most amazing looking stuff comes up, and when you go in it's always from like Hong Kong, China, and obviously if you're doing it like a week before Halloween or a few days before, you've got no chance of getting the stuff in time. Whereas if you shop nice and early and plan in advance, then you can get loads of great stuff, even full costumes, really cheaply. Tip number 3. Right, now this is a good one, and I don't think many people know about this one. If you do, then please comment below. But I wanted a load of wigs for my Halloween, 31 Days of Halloween tutorials, and I've bought cheap wigs before on eBay, and they weren't very good, to be perfectly honest. And to get decent wigs, you're looking at anything from sort of 20 to 30 to 40 and upwards. And quite frankly, I couldn't afford that, especially when I needed to buy quite a few wigs. So I was kind of scouting around online, and I found this amazing website called TrendGal. It's actually TrendGal, my bad. Gal. You know it's going to be cool when it says gal and not girl. Right, anyway, it's an American site, I think, and it's got tons and tons of really cheap wigs. Look how amazing! Starting from about sort of £6-7. It's got more expensive lace front ones as well, but it has got some really cheap ones, really cool ones. And I thought, right, I'm going to take a risk, I'm going to order some. and I ordered 3 different wigs, which you'll see in my 31 days if you watch my tutorials, and they are so cool. I mean, yes, they're cheap acrylic wigs, but they are really good cheap acrylic wigs, and they cost me only a few pounds each. And considering it came all the way from America, they didn't actually take that long to come either. And also there's tons of other stuff on this website. You can spend ages on there. There's accessories, clothes, all sorts. So I will link that website down below. It is well worth checking out for all your cosplaying fancy dress needs.
Plus they give you coupons off, yay!
Tip number 4. There is a website which you will probably have heard of called everything5pounds.com.
Check it out, Beauts.
Now this is a great website for sourcing really cheap costumes. Now again, the same as with Primark on the pound shop, you will need to use your imagination a little bit, but there's all sorts of weird and wonderful shit on there which you probably wouldn't necessarily wear in real life. For example, I saw this really cool kind of floaty, ethereal, net kind of looking white dress, which is a little bit odd, I'll be honest, but would make an amazing corpse bride or ghost or angel costume.
The white one had gone as they sell out quick, but here's some other examples.
And there's all sorts of stuff like that on there. And also they have sales where everything's like £2.50 or £2. So you can buy a load of stuff really cheaply, and even if you tear it up, cover it in fake blood, rip it, you're not going to be that worried if you've only spent like £2.50, or even if you've only spent a £5. So I would definitely recommend that one, and I will link that one down below as well. Oh, and they also do loads of shoes for £5.
Check out those ones top left. Ah.
And tip number 5, and my final tip, is utilise something you've already got. I have done this so many times. Obviously it means you're restricted to the type of look you can go for, but for example, I was going to a party the one night and I found out right at the last minute, like literally 2 hours before I had to be there, that it was fancy dress. So I was like, shit, what am I going to wear? So I thought, right, I'll go as a punk. And I just threw together some fishnets that I had, ripped a few holes in them, pair of black hot pants knickers, which I wore over the top as hot pants, a white baggy vest top, then I just put a belt around it, backcombed my hair, put loads and loads of makeup, loads of accessories, and I was a punk. And you could also, for example, wear like your normal kind of cute little black dress or your normal going out dress, but then just do yourself, say, a sugar skull, or if you're wearing a black dress, do yourself as a vampire or a cat, or if you're wearing a red dress, you could be a demon, or like, I don't know, a diamante skull. So basically you can wear what you would normally wear, but really pair it up with the makeup. And obviously if you watch a channel like Pretty Scary, then you'll get some great ideas for makeup. Just saying.
I wore normal clothes for this, and I used a bat from the pound shop and eBay for this.
Wear, I don't know, a night shirt and be a zombie sleepwalker. If you're feeling daring, wear a swimsuit and be a zombie Malibu Barbie. There's so many things you can do if you just put on a normal outfit and you get creative with your hair and makeup. So anyway, my voice is going because I'm sick at the moment, so I think that's time to stop. I hope you enjoyed these top tips. They're things that have really helped me out over the years when I've had not a pot to piss in, excuse my French, but I've needed a costume, and when I've been sourcing things for this channel as well, because I just can't afford to throw loads of money at it, unfortunately, at the moment. So yeah, I hope these top tips have really helped you. If you haven't already subscribed, then please subscribe, because I've got my 31 days for Halloween coming up and I've got some really cool stuff for you. So hit that subscribe button. Comment down below and let me know if you have any other tips that you can share with anybody else watching or with me for cheap costumes, wigs, makeup, that kind of thing. And yeah, thanks for watching. Love you all. Happy Halloween, happy costuming.